Hello and welcome to just one more watch, just one more double unboxing. Definitely one of the favourite little sub-genres of videos that I make on a regular basis, this one. I get to open the boxes for the first time, peel the stickers off, not just one watch but two watches, and share that unbridled joy with all of you as I do so. Now, this video is sponsored by JOMASHOP. They sent me these two watches and two others for free. I don't have to return them. I first partnered up with JOMASHOP towards the middle of last year. They did me a deal on a batch of 4 watches at that time, and that's how I presented them. Double unboxing, review, review, double unboxing, review, review. And that's what I'm going to do again this time. I think it's a nice format. We all get to have a look at them as they arrive. Then I get to spend a bit of time with each of them, sussing them out in time for the full review. And I must say, JOMASHOP have been fantastic. I sent them a big long list of watches that I'd be keen to review on the channel, watches that I reckon you'd be keen to see here as well, and they sent me 4 of them. No suggestion of any editorial control whatsoever, just sent me the watches and let me get on with it, which I really do appreciate. In return though, I'm sure they would be delighted for me to direct you to their website if you're interested in either of these two or pretty much anything else. JOMASHOP, one of the world's largest online retailer of watches. They've been in business for well over 20 years now. Based in New York in the USA, but they ship globally at very competitive prices. Indeed, JOMASHOP prices are amongst the sharpest you will find anywhere. They're a grey market retailer. What that means is the watch is the same, the packaging's the same, but the warranty is covered by JOMASHOP themselves, and as a consequence, their prices are excellent. The Hamilton I'm going to show you today, for example, $420 US, and the Citizen EcoDrive Diver, a mere $165. I'll leave links to both of them in the description of the video. So I've kind of blown it. I've told you what we're going to be unpeeling the stickers off today then. Really looking forward to getting into that little Hamilton. This is going to be the 3rd Hamilton that I've looked at on the channel, and that one features the new H50 80-hour power reserve manual wind movement. Similarly, the Citizen EcoDrive Diver, I've had a bit of a blind spot regarding Citizen over the last 3 years. I haven't reviewed nearly as many as I would like to. This is one that I've been saying I'm going to get in for review for some time now, so I'm delighted to be able to get into the box and peel off some stickers. Alright, let's start with the Citizen as our entree before moving on to the HAMMY as the main course. That would seem appropriate given the price disparity between the two watches. Check the size of the packaging for the Citizen. For $165 worth of watch, this is undoubtedly the biggest piece of cardboard that I have seen on a sub $200 watch by some margin. Now, I must admit I've had a sneak peek. I didn't want to open the box to find the wrong watch inside. And when I opened the box earlier on today, I found this inside. I've seen pictures of these online, but as I said, I've had a dearth of Citizens on the channel to this point anyway. So this is the first one that I've seen on the flesh. A big plastic oxygen tank, kind of faux diver's oxygen tank with a Citizen Promaster label on there. Very, very nice indeed. Ultimately, it will just go into a cupboard with all of the other extraneous packaging that comes with these watches, but quite the little extra touch that again you don't necessarily expect from a watch at this price. But let's see what is inside, and there, oops, there it is. So there it is, but what is it? Well, it's a Citizen BN0150-28E, $165, not $350, an EcoDrive Promaster in black. And interesting to see there, made in Japan. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. But what I have been expecting to find is a no-nonsense dive watch, and that certainly seems to be the case. 44mm in diameter, 12mm thick because it's quartz, it doesn't have to be particularly thick. 20mm lug width on the supplied rubber strap here with the diving limits and your decompression time, I believe. That's what that little scale there is. All looks pretty good so far though. I have seen these Citizens in other videos and on the internet obviously, and the handset's a real standout. Super, super legible. I do love that orange minute hand. Being an EcoDrive, this one will never need batteries, which is a great idea for a cheap dive watch. Obviously you don't want to be taking the back off of these watches any more often than is ultimately necessary, and the fact that you're not swapping out a battery as you would be in a quartz means you don't have to jeopardize the integrity of the seals as you would be doing if you were swapping out the battery on a quartz watch every 2 or 3 years. Let's have a go at the bezel action. That certainly seems pretty stout for a watch at the price. Like I said, I've only reviewed one Citizen on the channel in the past, which is a bit of a disgrace considering I've made 400 odd videos, so delighted to get this one in and tick it off the list. Let's set the time and date and get it on wrist. And because it's a quartz, it is very much set and forget. This one contains an EcoDrive E168 movement. I will obviously do some research on that between now and the full review, but I would imagine that given a bit of sunshine, a bit of exposure to some natural light, this one will tick away without interruption for a good few months. And I must say I'm rather impressed with the machining on the case. Very, very nice indeed. All brush finish here. Love the way that bezel integrates at a slightly downward sloping angle. So 44 on wrist, but it does kind of slope back up to about 42. Not sure if I want to live with one of these stiff rubber straps long term though. I reckon I'd be swapping that out for a NATO or perhaps a mesh or something if I was going to wear this one as a long termer. In fact, having had a look at the case back, it's saying do not open, service centre repair only. So I guess they really don't want you to muck around with this one. Probably not a user serviceable watch in the way that a quartz is anyway. Nice to see some anti-magnetic, 48,000, I presume that's 48,000 gauze. And it is a proper Air Divers 200 meters watch with ISO certification. Again, all very impressive for your $165 from Citizen. Why haven't I reviewed one of these sooner? How is your entree? Ready for your main course? Well, actually, I hope you're feeling a bit full because we've gone a bit nouvelle cuisine here with this one. The Hamilton is actually much smaller than the Citizen that I showed you a couple of seconds ago. So what have we got in the box here? Well, hopefully we will have a Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. The relatively new model, I believe this one came out towards the beginning of 2019, featuring the new and improved H50 hand winding movement. Rather confusingly, they call it an H50, but it has an 80-hour power reserve. I believe it's basically the Powermatic 80 with the rotor removed, meaning it is super slim and also has a power reserve that will last in excess of 3 days. And there it is, looking like a cute little thing. So $420 US from JOMASHOP rather than the 525 sticker price, and we are dealing with the model number H69439531. And I must admit it does come as something of a relief. There are a couple of stickers here. I thought this was going to be a double unboxing without peeling off any stickers, but here we go. I believe there's one on the case back as well. So we shall peel that one off and then put the NATO back on. So 38mm in diameter this one, only 9.5mm. Because it's a manual winder, no rotor, means you can have a nice and slim watch. This one bead blasted finish throughout, 20mm lug width, and supplied on this very fetching, nicely colour matched NATO strap. I believe these newer models have this faux patina look on the dial on the hands there, the little triangular indices, and on the hour and the minute hands. Again, this is a historic watch. I'm not going to go into that during the unboxing. I'll get into more of that in the full review, but very much the style of the past with the look of the past, that kind of faux patina there on the dial and hands. Let's give this one a wind and bring this H50 movement to life. Few cranks, and yes indeed, there it goes. Let's set the time and get it on wrist. Now, as you may be aware, I'm not a massive fan of NATO straps. I don't really enjoy them too much, to be honest. I find that they add bulk to a watch unnecessarily. They also add thickness, as you can see there. This one's sitting a little bit high off my wrist already. But the fact that this one is only 9.5mm thick means it's not too much of an impediment. And it seems like a nice high quality NATO. Certainly nice high quality Hamilton etched brush hardware on this one too. I'll be keen to get this movement onto the time grapher, check out how it's performing. I believe it is a modified Powermatic 80. They slow down the beat rate to 21,600, so it goes from 4 Hz to 3 Hz. That's one of the ways that they stretch out that power reserve all the way out. Let's see if they can do it without having too much of an impact on the accuracy of the watch. But again, so far so good. You're getting a Swiss made watch from part of the Swatch Group ladder for only $400 odd. I think it's definitely a left field option, having a manual wind field watch at 38mm, but I can really see the appeal of these ones if you are into Hamilton watches or you're a bit of a history buff into World War II, etc. This is about as close as you'll get in the modern market, certainly for around that price. So I hope you enjoyed your two-course dinner today. I certainly found the entree particularly appealing. The machining on that Citizen case, outstanding I think for 165 bucks. I can see this one making a lot of sense for people who want an occasional wear set and forget dive watch. Not sure about the rubber strap though. And the HAMMY is a cute little thing indeed. I think a very wearable size. Obviously I'll be back with full reviews of these with movement accuracy reports, indoor outdoor wrist shots, loom videos, etc. But for today, that's your lot. So there you have it, another two cracking watches in for review from JOMASHOP. That little HAMMY, a sweetie, an absolute little sweetie. No wonder these have been very, very popular over the course of 2019. I'm interested to see how that H50 goes long term. Makes a lot of sense, knocking the rotor off the back of the Powermatic 80, having a manual wind watch with a 3-day power reserve. So a manual wind watch that you only have to wind every 3 days. Ideal for those among us on the more forgetful side. And that Citizen Eco Drive. I included that one in my top 10 dive watches between 50 and 150, and I said it was the one to pick if you were actually going diving, and I think that has proven to be the case. Looks like a cracking little watch, very nicely machined. And how's about that packaging? You don't see that very often for less than 200 bucks. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.